Hey, good morning, guys. Always glad that you guys can be here. I hope you've had a great day so far. I hope you keep having a great day, and I hope you have a great week. Um, Man, so yeah, last week we talked about how we're all in the same boat. That no matter what our sin was or how bad we've sinned, that sin is enough to separate us from God. Whether we stole a couple bucks from our parents off their nightstand, or we are a cannibalistic serial killer like Jeffrey Dahmer, that both scenarios separate is enough to separate us from God for eternity. And no matter how bad somebody you think somebody did you, or no matter how like their sin isn't equal to mine, we should still reach out to them and offer the present of salvation that God has offered us. And of course, I don't mean that as in we can extend it, but we are extending God's word and His promise of salvation to them so that they may accept it. But today, I want to talk to you about a man named Primetime. Hopefully, you can guess his name by the end of this. In 1997, he was truly in the prime of his life. He was drafted in the NFL in 1989 by the Atlanta Falcons. He played in three different decades. Primetime is the owner of two Super Bowl rings, including one in 1995 with my 49ers. Just a little heads up, we're about to do that again this year. Uh, he was a legendary athlete that played in the NFL and in the MLB at the same time. He lived for the applause, as some would say, and he loved putting on a show. His flashy nature was backed up with an 8-time Pro Bowl player and 9-time All Pro athlete. Primetime believed what many of us do. By reaching the pinnacle of our profession, we will find satisfaction and fulfillment. But he was wrong. If you guessed the only man to play in a Super Bowl in the World Series, then you are correct. Deion Sanders was picked fifth overall in his draft class that had numerous Hall of Famers. In 95, as I mentioned, he won a Super Bowl with the San Francisco 49ers. In 1996, he won another Super Bowl with the dreaded Dallas Cowboys. However, in 97, he did something much worse than just play for the Cowboys. In 1997, Deion Sanders decided to attempt suicide. He drove his car off a 40-foot cliff. Fortunately, Sanders survived without any major injuries and turned to the Lord. No one could have predicted a man as successful as Sanders would attempt suicide right after back-to-back Super Bowls. But in his autobiography, Power, Money, and Sex, How Success Almost Ruined My Life, Sanders mentions that he was running on fumes. His emotional hunger couldn't be satiated with even the greatest achievement in American sports. And without that fulfillment, he did not see the reason of living. Sanders doesn't argue about what Jesus is, but simply tells us how his faith works for him. Luke 9:23 through 25 states, "Then he said to them all, 'Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross daily and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will save it. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world and yet lose or forfeit their very self?'" These verses are simple. You cannot find satisfaction from any success the world has to offer. You can have everything. You can have everything that there is in the world. You can have money, fame, sex, drugs, whatever you want, but you can still not be fulfilled. In fact, if you feel fulfilled with all that, then you live in bliss, not satisfaction. You want satisfaction? You want to be fulfilled? Deny yourself. Let go of everything you fear to lose. Let go of everything you ever wanted and take up your cross daily and follow Christ. If you want to save your life, you need to give it to the Lord. It's not easy, but it is the only way to find fulfillment. Everything on this earth withers and fades away, including all the fame, money, trophies, and dreams that you have. While they may last a lifetime is nothing in the glimpse of eternity. In order to have fulfillment, we have to fulfill ourselves. We have to fill ourselves with the only permanent thing in the universe, the love of Jesus. Listen, me personally, I'm an athlete. I love golf. I want to be the world champion one day. I want to be the best. But I'm willing to give up on that dream for Jesus every single day because in him I am fulfilled. His plan for me is good and just. He wants to give me a hope and a future. When Jesus was asked about taxes, he said, "Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar." It's the same thing with him. God gave us our talents and abilities. God gave Deion Sanders an unrivaled athletic ability, and he gave you the ability to do something great. Give to God what belongs to you and your abilities. Give God what belongs to God. You and your abilities. Dedicate your life and abilities to him, and I will believe you will be rewarded with his spirit and his good plan for you. The beautiful thing is God gave you the dreams. God gave you the abilities. He wants you to achieve these dreams and abilities, chances are anyways. And if not, then chasing those dreams and abilities, even if they don't work out, was meant for something that's going to help you in something that in his plan that for your life. I actually we talked about this with Trenton Hale a couple weeks ago. God's plan for you is good. It's better than anything you can imagine. And the dreams that he's given you lives inside of you. It is free. And if you dedicate your life to him, I believe that he will help fulfill it. I believe that your plans and his plans will align in the perfect way, and you will live the best life you could possibly live. Guys, I challenge you. I challenge you to pick up your cross daily and follow the Lord. I challenge you to give it all to him. Everything that you do, do it as if you are doing it for the Lord in Colossians 3:23. I love that verse. I hope you can make it a life verse of yours. I hope you can make it a core value. Do it everything to the best of your ability, as if you're doing it for the Lord. Guys, I love you. I hope you have a great Saturday. I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope that you go in this next week, challenge yourself to do better, be better, and I hope that you conquer the world. I hope you conquer whatever Satan has to throw at you. All right. Hope you can find inspiration from Sanders' story and continue growing in your faith. Love you guys to death, and I hope you have a great weekend.